Guten Tag, ich heiße Nicole Warner. Mein Geschäft heißt germanwithnicole.com. Sie können mich Frau Warner nennen. Und das hier ist meine deutsche Schreibmaschine. When I refer to it in English, I call it my little green German machine. It's from the company Brother, which is a Japanese company, and they produced a lot of machines for Germany. It's a Deluxe 220, and according to the serial number, it was made in July, yes, they are that exact, July of 1977. Und diese Schreibmaschine ist so toll. Die Schreibmaschine, die Schreibmaschinen. You'll notice right away on a German keyboard that the layout is very different. We have most of the numbers here which we expect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then something's missing. So instead of a null, we can use ein großes O, a large null or O. So those can double up. You'll also notice here, if you're really into QWERTY things, that we do not have a QWERTY, we have a Querzu. So Q, W, E, R, T, Z, U, and the Y is down here on the left. We also have my very favorite character, the SZ, up here on the top right, and then die Umlaute Ü, Ö, und Ä. I'd like to show you a couple of drills so that you can get used to using the German layout of the keyboard. And we're going to start with this first preposition, zu. Zu, das ist alles. Zu, zu, zu. And once you've gotten kind of used to that then, we can add something like zur. And you could do this rote, but more importantly is actually to be really aware of what you're doing when you type it, because you really want to make sure that you get it into your brain. Zur, 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 zur. So that's the internal part. That's the part that you can't see. The most important part is to really be aware of what you're doing. And also, it's very German because you have to do eins nach dem anderen, one thing at a time. Then you can take a variation on the same thing. So we've gone from zu to zur. And everything here is really pretty close. So the next thing we're going to do is do something further away, and we're going to go with zum. And remember, the invisible part is what goes on inside your head while you're doing it. It has to be ZUM, ZUM. Prima. Let's work with the Ü, the U umlaut, and let's do für, because that's one of the things you're going to do most frequently. And let's go to the A umlaut, and we can do something like Mädchen. That's also one of the first words you'll learn. And I want to point out something here which I think is adorable but also kind of funny. That here the A umlaut is a little bit too low. So it looks like Mädchen. Let's do Universität because that's fun. And once again, inside my mind, all I can think of is Universität, and that the A umlaut is going to come out to the right. Now let's work with the Ö, and we're going to do a really nice adjective when something is reddish. It is rötlich. Rötlich. And this one, you're kind of all over the keyboard. So this might be worth practicing a few more times. And you work that pattern into your mind, much like you learn vocabulary words. What's really cool, I'm going to move this over the carriage to the left, der Wagen, is that at the end of this, there's an eyelet, and it's called die Stoppöse, and that's actually what tells the machine then to switch and to switch the ribbon back to the other direction. I'm going to set this in very carefully again. So an eyelet in German is die Öse, and we're going to practice that one here. Die Öse. And this one's nice because it's a lot of extra work to make it a capital letter. You can hear it too, which is quite nice. So let's go to SZ, mein Lieblingsbuchstabe, and we're going to start with heiß. And then Maßen, which is going to take us into our first Spruch for today. And I think I have an issue here. I can't get all the way back over, so I'm going to have to call my Schreibmaschinentechniker and ask for some help. Let's go to this first Spruch for today. Alles in Maßen, alles in Maßen, everything in moderation, alles in Maßen. Let's work with a couple of Redewendungen in German so you can experience all of these in the wild, as one of my clients likes to say. So we're going to start with a very normal phrase. No umlauts, no special characters. Gut, Ding, will, Weile, haben. And if you think you know what this means, but you're maybe not quite sure, pause the video here before I go to the English. Good things take time. And of course, we're going to take that back to German. Gut, Ding, will, Weile, haben. Now let's get you some Umlaute in the wild. Oh, ich habe einen Fehler gemacht. Durchstreichen. Lieben und singen lässt sich nicht zwingen. Love and singing do not allow themselves to be forced. Now here's one of my all-time favorite Redewendungen. Lügen haben kurze Beine. Lies have short legs. Lügen haben kurze Beine. So here we can see really nicely that you get to practice these in a very realistic manner with the A umlaut. It's too low. I think that's really funny. And with the Z here. And then here with the Ü and the Z here as well. These are very realistic phrases, and they're also excellent phrases to know and to use. Next one. which somebody actually said to me this summer. Alter vor Schönheit. Pause here if you want to think about it. Age before beauty. And now, of course, one Redewendung in honor of Connor. Die Katze lässt das Mausen nicht. Pause here to think about it, and it is. A leopard can't change its spots. Die Katze lässt das Mausen nicht. All right. So when it comes to actually using a typewriter, I can highly recommend it even if you're mildly interested in finding a typewriter, and there are some really great resources for you. I'll link to a few things, of course, in the notes. But one of the most wonderful things that a typewriter can do to help you in your German learning is it actually slows you down, because you have to go through the keys, you have to think about the layout, and you really have to do one thing before you do the next thing. Eins nach dem anderen. For a lot of things too, you have to plan ahead, so you have to really think about how much room do I have on this paper, and if you get over here, of course, there we go. You have a little warning, you're coming to the end of the line, and that can also serve to really help you become more aware of what you're doing when you're actually working on German. You could use a typewriter with a German keyboard to help you learn vocabulary. You could use it to help you write your texts and edit them. You could use it to simply retype a text that you found in your book that you think would be really good for you and really beneficial for you to repeat. So go for it. I forgot, all I need is this for to be like Mr. Rogers.